Hello students, welcome back class 11th IP. So today I am discussing a new topic of our Python programming language. Our chapter 3 is running. Okay, so today our topic is indentation. Okay, so indentation is the important part. Okay, we can separate statements of our coding. Okay, so you can see indentation refers to the space applied at the beginning of a code line. Okay, so you can see here there is no space, but here this print statement have some gap. You can see my mouse pointer. So in other programming language, the indentation is code is for readability only, whereas indentation Python is very important. Okay, so Python use indentation to indicate a block of code. This is important. This is a block of code, we can say, or used in block or codes. So we can say, suppose this is incorrect programming code. Suppose a is equal to 3, this is a one statement, this is right. B is equal to 4, this is right, but here I am using if statement. So if this is only a single statement, here you can see two lines, but it is only a single statement, means if A is greater than B, we can take any condition. So but this statement is a part of this statement. Okay, this print statement is a part of if statement. So if statement belongs to this statement and this statement belongs to this statement, so it is a part of, so print statement is a part of if statement. So we can say when you use Python language, but here this will create a problem, because here this is separate thing, this is a separate thing, but when you check a condition, so it is a part. So to solve this problem, we can use the correct indentation. So you can see this is a perfect example. A is equal to 3, this is okay. B is equal to 4, this is okay. If A is greater than B, if 3 is greater than 4, okay, so this is a false statement. This is a false. Okay, but this print statement is a part of if statement. So this statement is a part of this block, if block. So this statement is the undersection of if statement. So you must press a tab key or use space. Okay, this is important. Otherwise this is here, this statement is separate, this statement is separate, so it will not work. So because this statement is a part of if block, so it must be in under this if block, so we must use space. So it will show this statement is a part of if block. Okay, so we can use proper indentation. Now escape sequence, we must use escape sequence in our programming language. So Python provide this kind of escape sequence, means we can break the continuation. Okay, we can break our continuation output and any other thing, so we can use escape sequence. So Python provide backslash, single quotation, double quotation, ASCII bell. It will generate a voice bell, a beep sound you will hear. ASCII backspace, form feed, line feed, ASCII carries return, ASCII horizontal tab, ASCII vertical tab, character with octal value or character with hex value. So you can see, so you must use a backslash. Okay, here backslash is important, then we can use the other escape sequence letters. Okay, so these are, so mainly we can use three types, we mostly use /n for a new line, /t, okay, for a tab purpose. We can also use single quotes or double quotes in our output. Okay, so these things we mostly use. So here I am showing some example. how to use this escape sequence in a print statement. We mostly use in our print statement, okay, or in string we can use this letter. So you can see this example, hash to display hello world in the same line. So we know hash, this belongs to a comment statement, okay, this will not execute. So here I am writing print hello world, you can see. So output is directly, you can see it will display hello world, okay. But I want to change this output, okay, I want to show hello in different line, world in different line, okay. So for this purpose I am using escape sequence. So you can see the same statement to display the world, only world, this world I want to display new line, okay. So here you can see, here I am using print hello, you can see here is a /n, this /n you can see, this /n you can see. For line feed we can say enter key to see data in next line. So you can see hello, so you can see this is our hello, but /n means after /n data will show in next line. So you can see here world show in next line. So after /n all data will show in the next line. Here /n is not available, so it will display in the same line, but after /n it will display the data in next paragraph, in next line you can use. So /n is our escape sequence. We mostly use in string data or in print statement. Here I am using one more escape sequence, you can see, to display world in same line but one tab key, okay. So here I am using hello, here I am using /t. Last time I am using /n, so world you can see new line. Here I am using the /t, okay. So you can see hello, this is okay, but after some, so this is a tab key gap. When you press tab key, it half inch provide a space. So you can see this is a half inch gap. After half inch, after /t the world will display. So you can say we can escape the sequence here in new line, here in some gap. So /t/n, this is without escape sequence, so it simply it will display. So we can use /n/t and other character to decorate, to format our output in next line, new line, as you wish. So we can use all the character, but mostly we can use /n/t, or we can also use /a to listen a beep song. It will display beep song, okay. So we can use, this is called escape sequence, okay. Now next thing is constant, okay. In a maths you know very well what is constant, what is variable. In maths variable means it have a changeable nature. We can change the value of variable anytime, any place. In our programming we always use, but constant means a fixed value, we can't change again and again, only one time. Suppose pi value in circle, the pi value in circle is 3.14. So this is a this is a fixed value, we cannot change. So same thing we can use in our programming language. So constant value is, this is a fixed value, we cannot change, okay. But constant is a concept. So you can see a constant is a type of variable whose value cannot be changed. It is useful to think of constant as a container that hold information that cannot be changed later. In Python, constants are usually declared and assigned in a module, okay. We will discuss in later more. The module is a new file, okay. We can create a separate file for this, okay. In this separate file we can declare all our constant in a one place, then we can use our current program, so it will not create a problem. So containing variables, function, etc., which is important to our current program main file, okay. So inside the module, constant are written in all capital letters. So you can, the simple variable we can use in small letter, but constant variable must be in capital letters. Underscore we can also use separating the words. So you can see this is a separate file. The file name I given constant.py. In this file only one statement pi, this is a this is not a simple variable, this is a constant variable. So here I am using the in capital letters. Okay, so constant written in capital letters. So pi, we know variable in circle, the pi value is 22/7, so we can say 3.14. The next thing is create a main.py. Here I am create another new file main. So I want to use this constant in this file. So here I am using import constant. Import constant. This file I will to use this reference. So in this file only pi value 3.14. So I want to use this. So here I am using again print. The file name is constant. Here only one variable .py. So it will display 3.14. So in this style we must create two separate files, one for constant file, one for using file. So in this we can use file name and reference, then we can use constant variable. But in reality, here one thing is a very strange, but in reality we cannot create constant in Python. So practically we can do in this thing, but in future we can also change the pi value in our current program, so it will not work. So the reality is Python cannot support constants. So naming them in all capital letter is a convention to separate from variable. We can also use capital or small to separate our simple variable or constant variable, but it does not actually prevent reassignment. So we can change its value. Means here I am using constant.py is equal to 4.9. So it will work 4.9. So our constant concept will fail in Python. So we cannot use constant concept in Python because constant variable will change again in the current program. So it will create a problem. Okay, but practically you can perform this thing in this style. Okay, so in reality Python cannot support constant thing. So constant is only a concept. We must know what is a constant in a program, any programming language. This value we cannot change further, but in Python cannot support constant concept. If you use constant concept in this style, but in future here I am again changing the pi value, so the constant concept will fail in Python language. Okay, so next topic is dynamic binding. Okay, so what is dynamic binding in Python language? So here I am showing one perfect example. Data type of a variable depends and change upon the value assigned to a variable on each statement. Okay students, so you can see here I am giving without dynamic binding example. You can see here I am taking some Python code. Here you can see a is equal to 5. Okay, here I am using a is equal to 10. So you keep in mind that what is the last value of a is 10, not 5, because here I am changing this value. So the last value of a is 10. Here I am using b is equal to a upon 2. So here last value of a is 10. So 10 upon 2. So the after divide operation the quotient is 5. So b hold 5. When you print b, it will display 5. So there is no problem. There is no dynamic binding. Here you can change the simple value and calculate, you will see the result. But here one thing is important. The last value a10, it will use in this expression. But our concept is dynamic binding. So here I am using a is equal to 5. Same thing. Here I am using a is equal to 10. But here I am using a is equal to Python. Here I am data type. Here I am changed. Okay. Here Python is a string. Here 10 is an integer. So in calculation integer and there is no problem. But here is Python. The value of Python is a string. So here the last value of a is Python data. So Python data upon 2. So it will not possible. We cannot divide a string data with integer. String upon integer we cannot divide this. So it will create a problem. It will display error. String cannot be divided because Python string variable data cannot be divided by integer 2. So because last value a is Python in this example, so this string data type cannot be divided with true, so it will display an error. Okay, so this is a dynamic binding. Dynamic binding means here a hold integer value, here a hold string value, so we can change the nature of a. Here integer nature, here a nature is a string, so this is dynamic. But when you perform a calculation, so if data type will not match, it is a mismatch, so it will create a error. So we should keep in mind here data nature must be match, otherwise if you change in dynamic nature, so in calculation it will create a problem. Okay, so this is a dynamic binding concept. The next concept is punctuators. This is a simple topic, we already know this thing, because it is used to implement a grammatical structure of syntax following her in, because double quotes we use in our string data types. Okay, single quotes we use in string data type. Hash we already use in our comment. Slash we can use in our escape sequence, slash n, slash t, recently I have discussed. Bracket print, after print statement we use small bracket. Okay, so these are other, this is assignment operators. Okay, so this we can simply say these are our punctuators. Okay, this is a simple thing. Now the next operator is shift operators. Okay, we already discussed arithmetic operators, relational operators, assignment operators, logical operators, okay, membership operators. So here one less important, but you keep in mind what is a shift operator. So shift operator is, here two types of shift operator, left shift and right shift. Okay, so left shift you can see this is a symbol of left shift. Okay, here bit shift into right to left. This is a right shift, here bit shift to left to right. Okay, so you keep in mind when you use left shift, it always perform inside multiply operation, or when you use right shift, so it always perform divide operation inside. Okay, for our knowledge we keep in mind, in right shift always divide operation, in left shift always multiply operation. So here you can see for left shift 1, here not using plus, minus, less than, greater than, here I am using, this is no, this is called left shift operator. So for left shift 1, for left shift 2, for left shift 3, here I am saying for right shift 1, for right shift 2, for right shift 3. So when you use this line, the output of this 8. For when you use this line, the output is 16. When you use this line, the output is 32. So you can see inside what happened here, multiply operation work in left shift multiply. So 4 multiply, this is the power. Okay, this is always power of 2. Okay, so 2 the power of 1, we can say after solving this 2, the output is 8. So this is a power of, so this is our base, this is our power of 2. So 2 upon 2, so it will display 4. So 16. So here is 3. So this is always power of 3, power of 2. So you can see 2. So after multiply, because in left shift we use multiply operation. So 8 and the final output is 32. So this thing we calculate separately, on your paper. But Python we can directly use this thing, or we will get this output. Okay, internally we know this thing how it's work. But in right shift we can use divide operation. Here I am use multiply. Only we can change divide, because this is right shift. Other thing is same. Here this is a power of 2. This is a power of 2. This is a power of 2. You can see, and after solving you can get this result. Okay, so in Python we can write only this thing and we will get this thing. So we can use the right shift operator and we can also use left shift operator and we will get this result. Okay, for bit shifting we can use this operator. The next operator is identity operators. Okay, this is an important operator. Okay, the purpose of this operator is in Python it compares memory locations. Okay, every variable in a RAM also have a memory address. So we can say a variable hold a value, but a variable also have a memory address, memory locations. So we can also show the memory location. Okay, this is very important thing. We can show the memory location with the help of id function. When you use id function, it will show the memory location. So we can also compare this memory location using a is or is not. Okay, is operator if return true if two variable point the same object, else false. Suppose a is b. Here I am taking an example. Is not return true if two variable point a different object, else false, a is not b. So we can also see the memory address of a variable, or we can also check, we can also compare, but here we use special operator is and is not only for memory location address. Okay, so here I am taking one example. You can see here a is equal to 4, b is equal to 4. So 4 is a common. Okay, 4 used by a variable, again 4 used by b variable. So we can say 4 is a shareable thing. So 4 is shared by a variable and 4 is also shared by b variable. So when you compare this value a equals b, we know very well 4 equals 4, so it will generate true, there is no problem. But when you use a is b, so is means it will compare the memory address, it will compare the value here 4 and 4, here is not 4 and 4, here is inside memory location it will compare. So we can see, if you see the memory location of a and b, we can use id function. So you can see here I am using print id, here I am passing a. So the memory location of a is 10,001. Here I am using print id of b. The memory location of also 1001. So when you use is, so inside it will compare 10,001 and again 10,001 of b. So it will again the same memory location. Here 4 equal 4 will show true. Here a is b, so is will compare only memory address. So here we can say here 10,001 is 10,001. So it will display true because same memory location. Here same value, it will show the true. Okay, now we can use different memory location. Here a is equal to 4, b is equal to 5. So separately a is equal to 4 will store, separately b is equal to 5 will store. Okay, here I am using a equals 5. So 4 equals 5. It is not possible. So it will display false because 4 never equals 5. But here I am using a is b. So is will check only memory location. So if you want to show the memory location of a, so here I am using id a. So memory location is 10,001. Here b, so memory location of is 10,001 because here 4 is separately stored, 5 is separately stored. So different memory location. So 10,001 and 10,005. So is always check only memory location address. So because there are different memory locations, so it will show false. Or here equal to equal operator check the values. So value again mismatch. So it will show again false. And here memory address also different because this data separately stored, this data separately stored. They point another location, they point another location. So here again false. So you can see here is not another important function, but it work only for memory address. Okay, only work for memory address. So we rarely use this is or is not. Okay students, thank you so much. Today I have discussed identity operators, shift operators, left shift, right shifts, punctuators, And dynamic mind binding, you can again see this video 2 or 3 times. Constant concept, escape sequence concept, and indentation. So today these are our topics. Okay, so thank you so much.